What is up, gamers? Welcome to another Dragonheir Silent Gods video. Hope you guys are having an amazing Sunday. In today's video, guys, we're gonna go over Talwer, the Continental Chief Challenge Boss. So many different names for these ones that I've kind of got them all mixed up. Either way, I'm going to showcase my Thunderbolt team, okay? This is definitely going to be one of the teams that I'll be running in week 1, okay? Most likely, the second one will probably be Necrosis versus Alton. I'm still kind of in between with that, depending on how much damage I can actually squeeze out of that team. But it does seem to be the second, or in some cases, the first, the most powerful team. I do not have the exclusive artifact for Skratch just yet. The good thing is that this first week rotation is going to be on for 4 days and 15 hours, which will give me more than enough time to basically have this new banner starting on, and I will be selecting the artifact from here because I'm going to put fire and ice in this option summons one. It works very similar with the regular one, right? And then I'll be trying a team with the Skratch on the main account. But in the meantime, I will be doing one from the free-to-play account. So definitely stay tuned for that. Right now, I want to show you basically what Thunderbolt can do in here. Before the banners actually expires, a lot of you guys might be wondering, should I pick the exclusive for Perkunte over getting another exclusive like getting Slay or maybe getting something else? 100%. I feel like not only that I love freaking Perkunte, one of my most favorite characters in the game, but they are very, very powerful in the actual endgame, okay? Now, Talwer is a very, very annoying boss. You are going to have to build your team with resistance, okay? There won't really be a way around that, no matter what you're going to try to do. Each time an ally deals derivative damage, they gain undispellable stacks of increased attack. Each time an enemy takes derivative damage, their next derivative damage taken is increased by 30%. One thing to keep in mind, you're already going to gain an insane amount of attack just from the buffs, okay? When you are building your characters, try to prioritize as much enlightenment as possible over the attack, because you're going to gain a lot of attack from here. The main thing is you want to find that sweet balance. If you're going to go with very high attack and low enlightenment, your team will not perform that good. Enlightenment will increase the damage a bit more than just going for very, very high attack. As I was saying, I'm going to showcase a Thunderbolt team. This is one of the few teams that can stay alive only with one support character, at least from all of the teams that I've tried so far. Maybe a few others can stay alive with one support, but this is the safest, okay? Basically, we are going to run Ogok as the main support. Now, he is built with the Titan Rib. He has pretty good resistance. The whole idea is that we have this talent, Stand United. Adjacent allies gain 20% of the hero's resistance at the start of the battle. So that will give us, what? 84, 85 resistance per each head that we have on. Now, in terms of the Psychic Core, this is where we are at the moment, okay? I don't have any funky things whatsoever on this one. Then, every single character will have resistance, okay? So this is my Nissa build. You can see the talents right here. She is on a Brotherhood set. I just do not have attack gloves, unfortunately, so I had to give her something that will have the enlightenment, so I went with crit instead. Definitely looking to get something else, even though she doesn't really necessarily need crazy enlightenment, because as you guys can probably notice, her skills do not necessarily deal the derivative damage. She deals raw damage, then the lightning chains deals the derivative damage. So it's not a necessity to build her with crazy enlightenment and attack. Of course, more enlightenment on mine, it would definitely be very, very helpful, because it is fairly low right here. But she's going to apply the defense down. Then, Talking about the rare character, Haldi, is going to be very, very important. So we are running him with a bit of accuracy. I would love to get more accuracy on him, so probably I'm going to have to check for some upgrades, possibly. He will have the downpipe organ to try and push more damage on the rest of the team, to give them more attack, especially for Perkunte. Pretty high resistance on him, and I do have a Mountain Echo Glove, which will actually help me to keep him alive. Okay, this is something that I really, really needed on in order to make him survive. But he is on a Puppeteer set. Then moving on to the next character that we have on, which is Shy Nashtan. He is going to run the Tempest War Drum artifact. In terms of stats, decent resistance, good enlightenment, good attack, and all in mythical gear. Now, I haven't ascended all of my mythical gear yet, because there's still things that I'm trying to check to make sure I can squeeze as much damage as possible from this team before fully committing to it. Because one team that I haven't tried yet is the Wild team. I'm very curious to see what damage I can get with those ones, even though I'm pretty convinced that it won't beat the damage from Thunderbolt, okay? But I still want to try it before fully deciding, okay, I'm gonna send all of the gear for this particular team. But these are the stats. You can see the talents right here as well. I think in terms of talents, they are these two. The Hero Lightning Chain damage fall off per conduction is reduced by 10%, or increases lightning chain damage by 10%. Considering that we have 2-3 enemies on the board, I think that this might be better than this one, okay? Talents are extremely important. Just by getting tier 6 talent on him, tier 6 talent on her, I gained almost 50 million damage, okay? It sounds crazy, but I've gained a lot of damage. And talking about the final character, which is Perkunte, you're going to want to build him with as much enlightenment as possible, as much attack as you can get after, and then resistance, okay? You need that resistance to make sure they're not going to get crowd controlled. And we're going to talk about that in just a minute. But I have one of these pieces as well. Not 1,000,000% sure that is worth running, to be honest with you guys. That's still something that I'm kind of like experimenting with. The thing is, the main thing that you want to avoid is that stun, okay? Because that throws all of your team out of sync. But it's so hard to resist all of that, because as you guys can pay attention, I have 201 resistance. I have 50 more from here. That's 251. Then I have 80 plus more from here. So I'm well over the 300 plus. And recommended resistance 260. I have way over 60 more resistance than recommended. And you're going to see exactly what happens in a second. Skill timing wise, this is what we have on. Now, I've seen different teams where you're running Shy Nashtan after Perkunte. I haven't tried that yet, but I will be giving it a go. The thing is, you're getting the attack up. It's kind of like making sense for Perkunte to drop in more damage. He's giving you enlightenment up as well, which is really helpful. That's why this rare character is so good. And of course, he will land electrocuted with a battle skill. That's why Perkunte, I do not care about having accuracy on him or anything like that, right? That being said, let's go into a run and check it out. Now, I do need to run that special bonus skill as the top one, because if not, I have some issues with the survivability. Maybe I can play around with that, maybe change the skill timing on Ogok and still keep my tank alive. That could work, but it really feels like this shield is actually extremely, extremely helpful. Of course, I have everything in the war room maxed. But look, we got a taunt right there. We're going to get a decreased attack. We're going to get a decreased enlightenment on my characters. And they all have 300 plus resistance, okay? Crazy. It's crazy that something like this actually happens. Now, one thing that I want to mention, I know last season we all kind of like had enough of Ursilas and him landing the defense down, and it was awful. Well, this season, I gotta say that Nissa is kind of like going to be in the same situation. Even though she has a double hitter, she misses landing that defense down so freaking often that it literally gives me a headache just thinking about it. And look at all of the debuffs landing on our team every freaking time the boss is using the ultimate skill. So I don't know what they've done with the resistance versus accuracy check, but they've messed up everything. Like, look, 3 debuffs once again landing on my characters. Now, as I was saying, very, very important for Perkunte to do not get that crazy, annoying stun. The damage is very, very good. We have 300 million, we have 2 minutes left, and as I was telling you before, this team is very, very powerful for the endgame. That's why even on my free-to-play account, I am really considering in skipping the Dark Lady to go and get Perkunte. I already have Nissa, I just need Shainashtan on the free-to-play account. Of course, no exclusive artifact for Perkunte. I've seen teams getting almost 300 million damage without the exclusive artifact for Perkunte, which is actually pretty damn good, but is 100% worth picking up. It's not just that he looks freaking badass and he has the craziest animation in the game. They do pull up some crazy, crazy numbers. If we're talking about even dungeons where we have multiple targets and stuff, they are just destroying them, okay? Absolutely destroying them. So they're a lot of fun overall, the Thunderbolt. But this is Talwer and the team. You see, we've got resisted now. I'm pretty convinced that they've done some changes to the accuracy resistance check compared to what we had in the previous season. I really do not understand why, because that's not something that they should be playing around with every single season. You've made the freaking map behind it, leave that crap as it is forever. Stop messing around with it if it's not broken, right? And I really hate the fact that they decided to do whatever the heck they've done and change it. Because getting debuff now happens so freaking often. Okay, look, decrease enlightenment on Perkunte. So that piece can be helpful, right? The one that dispels the debuffs. Because if I wouldn't have had that piece on him, that would reduce my damage. Now, the main question, is it worth the trade-off from a piece that can potentially boost your damage more? The only thing is, there are really not many viable pieces for the bottom that can boost your damage. You have the one that boosts your damage based on being on full HP, and you have the one that boosts the damage, the Carnage, while you deal damage to enemies under defense down. So, as you guys probably noticed, we're not constantly going to be on full HP, which will have a massive damage fall off, right? But overall, I still think that it might be worth it to have the piece that we have on, just for that simple fact that it's very unlikely to be on full HP all the time. And one of the main things that's actually really, really good is the fact that if you have one piece equipped from this set, everybody else will deal additional damage after as derivative damage dealers. So you don't need to have one of these on each one of the characters. It's enough on one of them. And because Shainashtan is going in front of Perkunte, that will actually instantly get triggered. Now, as I was saying, there is a team that I haven't tried yet. Okay, so what we're going to do right here, we're going to go on 22 and we're going to go on 22.5. And I'm going to do an simulation. The whole idea is that you're going to have additional lightning chains like this to get triggered by Perkunte. At least that's the theory behind it. And funny enough, we got 406 million damage. It might not necessarily be because of it. It might be that we just got better RNG with Nissa. But either way, it's definitely a pretty interesting situation. Okay? Or heck, maybe Perkunte got a stun and that delayed him anyway. But play around with both, okay? Either way, that was everything for this video. If you enjoyed the content, smash a like, subscribe to the channel, and as usual, I will be leaving the team code in the pinned comment. I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.